What's up, everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're looking to get your music reviewed, you can hit up this email that's right here. But today I'm going to hit you up with my thoughts and opinions on this Black Thought EP called Stream of Thoughts Volume 1. Black Thought, of course, is a rapper who's been putting it down for many years with the Roots, and anytime that he's featured on a track, we're always talking about how he snaps. He's just an MC's MC who always comes through with the bars. So that said, that's where most of the focus is going to be on with this review, although there is some really nice sample-based production throughout as well. So with that first track, Twofifteen, we're just getting 4 minutes of perfectly executed flows over some nice production from Ninth Wonder. This would easily be one of my favorite tracks, and it has plenty of quotables on it, so I'm going to give you a couple of my personal favorites. He says, "I heard murder ran this vast deserted land since back when Burning Man was blacks in Birmingham." That is just an incredibly dope line, man. He's just speaking on how America has been built on violence and awfulness, and how black people used to be lynched just the way black people used to be treated, while also tying it into the Burning Man festival. So I thought that was really dope. And then he has this line, "Who keep it 100 when everything's partial? Dignity and sanity is what the game cost you." This is just a bit of wisdom from an OG who's telling you to look at all sides. Sometimes there's more to take into account than just what you know and what you've experienced, so you got to open your mind up. And on top of all that, he's letting you know that you can lose your mind if you get caught up in the game and you're not paying attention. One thing about this project is, as much as he's rapping his ass off, he still is hitting you with some really good lines, getting you some stuff to think about, but he's not really fleshing out a whole lot of deep concepts, in my opinion. A lot of this really just seems like it's more about the bars and showing you how to rap. I mean, you listen to this project, and it is just crazy how good of a rapper he is. His breath control, the way he pieces words together and keeps it so coherent without mashing everything together. He really is just a top-tier MC, so I'm glad he finally hit us up with this solo project, because it has been a long time coming. Now, a perfect example of this perfect rhyming that I'm talking about comes on Making of a Murderer, or Making a Murderer. His opening verse on this is easily one of the craziest bar fests I've heard all year, and I wouldn't be surprised if people start talking about it as one of the best verses that they've heard all year as well. It really is just a solid verse. So you get those airtight flows I'm talking about, and you get some bars like, "Well, picture that, the diplomat, pistol slap aristocrats, any rapper coming for me, I'ma send a missile back." Obviously, I'm not killing it as much as he is, but just the way that he pieced together that rhyme scheme is incredibly dope, so I like that. And we get some personal bars when he says, "Making music out of nothing, know that boy's bona fide, it's disturbing when a murderer enjoys homicide." I took this as a testament to how he just made his bars out of thin air, just like any artist, you know what I mean? He's lived his life, he has a lot of things to talk about, and he put that into his music, so that's how he made it this fire, just by pulling that inspiration from around him and putting it into his rhymes. Really dope line, and of course when he says, "It's disturbing when a murderer enjoys homicide," I just took that as him killing the track, you know what I mean? This is making a murderer, going in on this beat and just absolutely bloodying it. Now, you do get a pretty solid feature from Styles P as well, but I kind of felt like his verse was mixed a little bit differently. Maybe it's just me, but it didn't really sound quite as tight as Black Thought's verse did as far as the audio quality. In spite of that, Styles P still has some good lines on here, like when he speaks on deadbeat fathers and wonders if we should even let them live. I mean, that might be a bit of a stretch. I think people can change over time. That's a whole other topic, but he's basically just saying you got to take care of your damn kids, so don't be a fucking deadbeat. And I like Styles P, man. I just like his flow in general, and I think he sounded nice alongside Black Thought. Black Thought is obviously bringing a bit more craziness when it comes to the flows and schemes, but Styles still fit in there, and he should certainly be respected as an MC as well. If you haven't checked his last project, you gotta check it, because that shit was actually dope. Don't sleep on it. The other rap feature we get on here is Rhapsody on the hard-hitting boom-bap banger called Dostoyevsky, and she has one of my favorite verses on the project. I just really like the way she raps because she's so icy cool with it, and yet she's saying so much at the same time. She's drawing a lot of parallels between rap and basketball, like when she says, "I never pop charts, but I know I'm popular. I was built to run the game. I came up playing guard." I kill these flows when I say them. Like, kill them in the bad way. I don't make this shit sound good, but just, I'm just trying to tell you what they're saying. I really like that line. And she speaks on her journey in the rap game as well. I really like that line where she spits, "It took more like 7 years, make a sane man drink Everclear. It ain't ever clear if we ever guaranteed a year." These are just some words of wisdom to MCs coming up in the game. When you're coming up, it's going to take a lot of work. There's going to be times where you're going to feel like you're going crazy and you're not going to be able to make it. And even if you make it to the top, your success isn't guaranteed forever. You got to keep putting in work, you got to keep going hard, and keep perfecting your craft. So you are getting a lot of things to think about on here. I think that was a pretty dope verse. Now, as for Black Thought, of course, he's coming through with some great lines on here as well. I like the one where he says explaining is changing apples to applesauce, because to me, he's basically saying that when you over-explain things, you're taking away the essence from it. If you got to explain every single thing in so much detail, it just doesn't always work. Kind of like when someone tells you a joke and you don't get it, and then they break it down, and you're thinking to yourself, what the fuck are you talking about? This isn't even funny. It's that sort of thing. So sometimes when you get the essence of something immediately, it really means a lot more. Or maybe you got to figure it out for yourself. He also says, love it or hate it, I will not be subjugated. When they scream in you the greatest that did it, what's underrated? And this is a perfect line for Black Thought. Black Thought is one of these guys who, a lot of us, we always say he's underrated, and yet at the same time, we're saying how he's one of the dopest MCs of all time. So even though he might not be getting all that commercial love and all the crazy sales, I mean, obviously he's been with the Roots for so long, he's doing well, and he's put up numbers. Not trying to take that away from him, but I mean in the current climate of the rap game. Like, a lot of young people, I think, aren't really talking about Black Thought too much. It seems like he's kind of put on the back burner, but we all know he's a dope MC. So is he underrated, really? I mean, you could say he is by, in the sense of not getting a lot of attention and popularity, but he's not really underrated. So I thought that was a great line. And overall, man, I think this is just a dope-ass EP. So I'm going to go with a 4 out of 5 here. I really don't have a lot of complaints. As I said, I wish he did have some more conceptual tracks because a lot of them just seem about showcasing the bars. But I get it, man. It's an EP. It's only a couple of tracks, and he really did exactly what he needed to do here. So I just hope next time when he releases maybe a full-length project, he does have a bit more layers with the production, maybe bring some more concepts and storytelling into it. That would just really make him even better, man, because he could make a 4.5 out of 5 easy, in my opinion. Now, to be fair, the outro track, Thank You, is probably the most conceptual because this one has him showing love and thanking people who have been there for him. You're also getting a nice crisis beat on here. And as for my least favorite track, it would be Ninth versus Thought. Still not even a bad track. You got plenty of good bars on here, like when he says these rappers is Peter Pan, I'm Pan-African. But I just found this beat and just the overall track to be one of the dullest ones. Still pretty good though, so it's not garbage. But that's just what I got to say about this project, man. You guys check it out for yourself and then hit me up in the comment section with your thoughts. And of course, man, hit me up on all my social media sites so you can show me love and show me lots of it. Thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you next time.